They say country living is peaceful until Alexis rolls up your driveway with a clipboard and a threat. That morning, I was splitting firewood when a woman in designer sunglasses stepped out, lips pursed like she bit a lemon. "I'm Karen," she said. "Maple Ridge HOA president? You're living here illegally. This land falls under our revised jurisdiction. We're suing you." I blinked. "You're what?" She handed me papers, fines, citations, and 12 grand in back dues. "Thing is, I live on 5 wooded acres off-grid, outside their gated community. I bought the land free and clear, no HOA, fully permitted. And now this woman thought she could redraw a map and control me?" I didn't argue. I just smiled and said, "Karen, you have no idea who you're messing with. Because I'm not just a homeowner, I'm a land use attorney. 2 years earlier, I left the city to build a self-sufficient cabin. Off-grid, solar-powered, composting toilet, legal through and through. It was freedom, until Karen appeared. She first showed up while I was building a fence. We updated our plat map. "Your property's under our HOA now," she said. "No, it's not," I replied flatly. But soon after I got letters, fines for non-compliant architecture, refusal to maintain lawn appeal, and missing HOA meetings I'd never agreed to attend. Then came the in-person visit. Karen arrived snapping photos, writing me up for fire hazards, and warning of fines for my wind turbine. "You're non-compliant," she said. "I'm not in your HOA," I repeated. She smiled smugly. "You are now." The vote passed. They were attempting a hostile annexation, treating my rural land like a neglected backyard. They could just fold into their empire. But they made one mistake. They thought I wouldn't fight back. Karen and her crew escalated fast. I caught them on my trail cam trespassing, taking pictures of my deck, panels, even my compost bin. Next, a fake notice of non-compliance taped to my cabin door. Then a $250 weekly fine for unlawful dwelling, my legally permitted home. One night, I found my solar system tampered with, wires hanging loose. I filed a police report and turned in footage. The responding deputy looked at the citations and said, "They can't enforce this. You're not in their jurisdiction." But Karen didn't stop. She served me a full lawsuit, claiming I owed dues, was violating community standards, and undermining neighborhood values. Their evidence? A photoshopped map with a red line around my land. Google Earth screenshots. No official zoning documents, but they didn't know. I had it all. County records, my original deed, and a zoning exemption clause I'd written years ago. As part of a conservation effort, they were bluffing with crayons. I was coming with law. Court day arrived. I walked in calm, prepared. Binder in hand, truth on my side. Karen showed up flanked by her board, pastel suit pressed and confident. Her lawyer looked like he hadn't passed the bar long ago. They spoke first. Legal gibberish about community standards, HOA authority, and made-up bylaws. Then I stepped up. I laid out my land deed, the official zoning map, county stamped and dated. Then the bombshell, a notarized letter from the zoning department stating my land was never under HOA jurisdiction and that no expansion request was ever filed. Then I showed the trail cam photos, the forged plat, the fake citations. The judge didn't even blink. "Case dismissed. With prejudice," he said. "Plaintiff will cover the defendant's costs." 3 minutes. Karen didn't speak, just stared stunned. On my way out, I said, "Next time, bring real boundaries, not imagination." 2 weeks later, a knock. It was David, the clipboard guy from her board. "She's out," he said. "Emergency vote. Karen's been removed." Turns out, HOA members found out she'd spent thousands in dues on that lawsuit against someone who wasn't even in the HOA. That broke trust. But it got better. Someone found that Karen's own house violated the HOA's color code for 6 years. She got fined. Meanwhile, I teamed up with other rural landowners. We proposed a new ordinance, the Boundary Integrity Act, requiring full consent and zoning approval before any HOA expansion. It passed. Guess who sat quietly in the back as it became law? Karen. She didn't speak. She couldn't. Her kingdom crumbled. Karen thought she could strong-arm me with fake maps and HOA paper. She forgot one thing. Facts beat fear. She built her power on intimidation, hoping no one would push back. But I didn't shout. I documented. I showed up. I won. And now, my cabin stands untouched. My sign at the gate reads, "Private property. No trespassing. Not an HOA member. Never will be." And underneath, repeat Karen's case, 9:03 a.m. Comment "Justice served in 3 minutes" if you made it this far. What would you do if a random HOA tried to claim your land? Like, subscribe? And stick around for more true stories where poetic justice hits hard.